Okay, good morning again, year threes. Sorry, I'm still in my timeline. I'm still on the same day, but for you, it will be later in the week when we do our comprehensions. Guys, I must really say I'm impressed with the way that you're starting to answer your comprehensions. Um, there's few people still not answering in full sentences. Please take care that you do that. And also capital letters. My goodness, you guys don't start your sentences with capital letters. And suddenly names get not does not get a capital letter. I mean that's unheard of. So please, guys, stick to the rule how we answer comprehensions. Remember the heading at the top. You write the date, and then you write the name of the comprehension. Rule a line. Pretend you're sitting in your class and you can hear me. Mrs. De Bruyne always say, "How do we start the comprehension?" And this is how we do it. So please, guys, let's stick to that format. I don't want you to just start to write anything that comes to mind because these things are important and comprehensions count for your marks for the report card at the end of the year. Now, our story this week is the polar bear. Now, the polar bear, you can follow me by looking at your reading piece. You can quickly press pause and go and fetch it and you follow with me. The idea is that you can see words that you're not sure how to pronounce them, and that you can read it for yourself the next time, and then when we go through the questions, it's easier for you to understand it. Okay, here we go. The polar bear lives in the frozen parts of the Arctic. Now you remember in the science we did the Arctic Ocean and Antarctic. So the Arctic is there at the top cap and the bottom wherever there's ice. Okay, but solid ice. The Inuit are the like the Eskimos. Okay, the Inuit call him Nanook. Oh, I always love this word, Nanook. The bear's short legs, long body, and slender snout. Slender is like thin, long. Snout is his nose, or that whole part at the front. Give the impression of a slow moving animal. It's like, I got the impression that you are sad, but it's just because the person is not smiling, the facial, they look like, give you the impression that they are sad. So when you look at the body of the polar bear with his big body, long body, short legs, you think, he's a slow animal. But do not be deceived. It's like, don't be tricked. Though weighing over 700 kilograms. Guys, I don't think if the whole class climb onto a scale, we will even reach 700 kilograms. So you can imagine how massive this animal is. The polar bear can travel at speed of more than 48 kilometers per hour. It's almost the speed mom and dad will drive when they drive from, say, Spar to ShopRite. Maybe 48 is still too fast. Okay, so you get the idea. He is so strong that a single blow of his mighty paw can break the neck of an ox. Now, you know, an ox is a big cow. The daddy cow is a bull. Polar bears are experts. That means they're super good. Divers and swimmers. You may meet them 160 to 300 kilometers out in the ocean, calming riding along on a floating iceberg or swimming gracefully in the freezing waters. Thick layers of fat allow them to remain a long time in such cold water. Now can you imagine his fur and the fat layer make it possible for the polar bear to be in this ice cold water and not even feel it. Polar bears have special eyelids that shield their eyes from the glare of the snow and the ice. Now glare is when you go to the beach and the sun is shining on the water, it's reflecting into your face and you would like to wear sunglasses because that white glare of the sea is really dangerous. Now, in nature, his eyes were made with those special eyelets that he gets protection so his eyes um, doesn't get hurt. The soles of their feet, that means the bottom part of their feet, are padded. It's like nice and soft with fur to prevent them from slipping on the ice and packed snow. Now imagine if you go out on ice or snow, you go to slippery slide all the time. So that's where they have to live. That's their home. So they need to be given, provided. Sorry, lost the word there for a moment. Provided with padded soles, so it makes it easier for them to move around. The polar bear's favorite meal is seal flesh. This huge white hunter of the Arctic follows the migrating seals. Now, migrating means as the seasons change, the seals move around. Now, we experience it with our flamingos. At a certain time of the year, they go all the way to the north to the Etosha National Park, and then when later it's summertime, they move back. So I might have the two seasons around backwards. Um, but migrate means just moving to another place, stay there for a while, going through the season, and then come back again. So it's not immigrate. Okay. He is able to pick up the scent of seal blubber, that means the fatty part of a seal, as far away as 30 kilometers. Now, can you imagine when we drive from Walfish Bay to maybe there where the guys are doing um, that gliding from the dunes? You know that before you make that turn to go to Swakopmund, I think more or less that's 30 kilometers. Now imagine standing in Walfish Bay and be able to smell that whole distance. That's about 30 k's. When a polar bear finds a seal's breathing hole, they make holes in the snow and they cuddle in there, and so only the little peeping hole can be seen. Breathing in the ice, he sits patiently near the mouth of the hole with his paw raised, ready to strike. The moment the seal appears, the bear's mighty claws of steel come down. He seldom misses his target. Now that sounds very rude or very hurtful, or you feel sad when you hear that he's killing a seal. But remember, it's like the life cycle. Um, the cow eats the grass, we eat the cows, the seal eat the fish eat the plankton, the polar bear eats the seal. So it's all part of a life cycle that we go through. So everything needs to eat. So unfortunately, that is what happens. The deadly killer whale. Now see, that's the life cycle I was just talking about. If the seal is eating a fish, the fish is eating the plankton, the seal is eating the fish, the polar bear is eating the seal, and then the killer whale eats the polar bear. Everything needs to be eaten by something else. The deadly killer whale is the polar bear's greatest enemy. In the water, the bear is no match for this huge sea mammal. They must also have a sharp lookout for their enemy, the walrus. Now see, now the killer whale gets eaten by the walrus. So that's the chain of life. Who is bigger and stronger than they are? Sometimes the fearless, see, is another less word of our phonics, is without fear. The fearless polar bear will sneak up onto a sleeping walrus and hit it with a block of frozen ice. So imagine in those cartoons, he will take a big block of ice and sneak up to the walrus and drop it on his head. Isn't that clever? The female bear, sorry, the female bear gives birth to one or two cubs. Cubs is the name for a baby bear. In a deep cave or snow tunnel. The newborn cubs weigh less than a kilogram. Now can you imagine how small that is in comparison with a mummy bear? A kilogram packet of sugar is about this size, so he weighs less than that. So it's teeny tiny little cup. And are blind and naked. Oh, naked. I can see the faces already. Naked just means there's no fur yet on their little bodies. They're devoted, mommy. Devoted means like your mummies and daddies are. Devoted is they look after them every moment of the day. They take care. They make sure they're okay. They protect them with their lives. That's devoted. It's not, you stay there and I just go my way. That's not devoted. The devoted mother protects the young and feeds them throughout the long winter. Now remember, they can't go and hunt for their own food, so mommy needs to find food and give them the food. During this time, the female bear is very dangerous. Now you can just imagine. And she will bravely defend her young the against attack. So, I mean, all these predators outside there will go and always find the weak animals. They will find the little cubs or a sick animal because then they know it's easy to catch them. When the young polar bears are strong enough, they wander off to lead their own solitary lives in the land of snow and ice. Now, solitary means they don't stay in a pack or a herd. You did collective nouns. In a group of their own species. Each one go and they do their own. So solitude means one all by yourself. So if I close my door and I want solitude means I want to be on my own. At the moment I have a solitary day inside my classroom because I'm all alone with empty seats. Okay, so let's not get sad and let's go to the questions. Question number 1. In what part of the world does the polar bear live? Remember, I spoke about the globe. Number 2. Why is it called the white hunter? Now, I'm giving you a hint. White and the environment around it. Think about that. Number 3. How is it shown that the polar bear has great strength? Okay? If you're stuck, go to the first 2 paragraphs. Number 4, why does he not freeze in the Arctic waters? And we spoke about his body. Number 5, what protection does he have from the glare of the snow? And we spoke about that. Number 6, why does the polar bear not slip on the ice like we will do the slippery slide, remember? Number 7, what is the bear's favorite food? I can think you guys are thinking about your favorite food. Number 8, what enemies does the polar bear have? They named 2 of them. Now the one will catch the polar bear and the other one will catch this animal, but both of them will be enemies because they are bigger and stronger than the polar bear. And where are the cubs born? Hospital? No, definitely not. Okay, guys, do a good job. Make sure you follow all the directives that we should follow. And I see you next time.